This is my passport. My passport. Can you really see this?
I know that I haven't been who I was. I am supposed to be the one you could try. I'd kill for you as soon as I let you down. I hope there's some way I can make it alright. There's the note that you did.
Mom, these are tangerines from Jeju Island.
Jeju Island tangerines.
Here, should I give you one too, Mom? Why is there no water in my cup?
It's just for show, just for show.
Seriously, what do you mean just for show? You should drink some water.
No, I'm going to eat tangerines. Why would I drink water?
It's delicious. They say it's shipped directly from Jeju Island. Direct shipping is always good, Jeju tangerines.
Oh, it's been a while since I came to Mom's house. Mom, soon I'll be coming every day, right?
Don't come every day.
Why do we have to live together every day, together?
Mom, how was your trip to Japan? I know you went there instead of Jeju Island.
I'm traveling together with my mom. So since we were traveling, the Japanese broadcasting station wanted to capture a mother and daughter traveling in Japan. That's why they invited us.
When we went last year, the whole family defected from North Korea, and it was the first time in years that we went abroad. Since it was our first time going abroad, we were so happy to be able to travel together as a family that we felt like we were floating on air.
So when we went there, walking around here and sightseeing, then walking around there and sightseeing, it was a bit tiring for me.
And I didn't even know the language, but that's how it was.
I thought, if I'm going to drink tea, I might as well do it in Korea. Why drink tea here?
So I was sitting in a place like a coffee shop there.
We went there last fall, remember? But going to the mall and looking at those things, I thought, I already saw plenty of that in Korea.
But what I remember the most from going there...
A cruise ship?
We rode a cruise ship, remember? When we were on the cruise ship, seeing those people on the road as we sailed by.
When people saw us, foreigners, Japanese people, so many of them, they would wave at us like this.
Seeing that, I was really touched, and that's what I remember the most.
Was it like, oh, I'm really overseas now?
Before that, no, just having tea or eating at a restaurant didn't really impress me because I did that so much in Korea.
I used to travel a lot in Korea, so it wasn't that special. But this time, there were actual guides and interpreters, and they planned out the whole schedule for us.
We went to Beppu, and after getting off the plane, we went to Fukuoka and then traveled all the way to Beppu on our own.
We didn't know the language, and we had to buy train tickets and everything ourselves.
We almost had a big fight.
You have no idea how much the two of us argued on the way.
Didn't your daughter find her way just fine?
No, we did find everything now, but when we got there...
How is Japan different from Korea? What was different?
You have to buy 2 train tickets, you need to buy 2 train tickets, and she took care of all the express train tickets too. The express train tickets are separate.
There's just a boarding ticket that's separate, and it's different for each company.
One person has 3 tickets.
Really?
I mistakenly took only 1 ticket instead of 2, as if I were in Korea, and even spoke Korean.
When I went to the attendant, she didn't understand what I was saying, so she used a translator, tried to help me, and laughed. Then she refunded me and gave me another ticket at a cheaper price.
So I came out again, but I didn't know which way to go.
The two of us just went wherever we came out, but I kept telling Mom to go here and there, so I started wondering if I was wrong.
Because the schedule shows up there, and I checked it when I was going, what time the buses come, so you just have to go according to the board.
Mom's mistake.
Because I couldn't check the schedule at first, that's why I was anxious.
I didn't trust my daughter.
I didn't trust you. You have no idea how much time I wasted there.
I got a refund, scanned my ticket, thought everything was fine, but then I got stuck at the gate and couldn't get out.
You have to insert 2 tickets at the same time like this. Oh, 2 tickets? Yeah, then both of them get stamped together like this.
Before that, stamping the train ticket.
Stamping it on the ticket, the machine does that, but when you try to do 2 at the same time, it doesn't work.
So I got really upset there. And then I came all the way up here, but I didn't know which way to go, so I struggled again right there.
No, it took 2 hours just to get to where you catch the train.
When I got the ticket for the 6 to 7 o'clock train, it was precisely a 1 hour duration.
So I got there, but then I didn't know which car I was supposed to take next.
The signs were completely different from those in Korea.
Even Japanese people say that taking the train is really difficult.
In our country, everything is managed by a single company, Korea Railroad Corporation.
So it's really intuitive. In that place, since private companies operate all trains and railroads, things vary based on the specific company.
So for each company,
The signs they use vary, making it challenging even for Japanese people to understand.
Isn't that standardized?
That's a bit complicated. They really need to standardize that. Even Japanese people get really confused by it.
Imagine how lost we must have been when we went there.
We tend to think in the Korean way and do things like that.
We just looked at the signs in a simple Korean way, but we had no idea about the signs at our feet.
So we just stood anywhere until we got on the train, thinking we could get on anywhere.
We couldn't find the number. It didn't match the concept we know. In Korea, it's straightforward. You come out at a specific seat and line number, and it all matches up perfectly.
But the ticket and the seat rows were different, you know.
The numbering system was entirely different from our expectations.
So we were standing there, and then two people came out and told us in Japanese that this wasn't our spot. I guess they realized we were Korean and lost.
So, ma'am, this isn't the place.
With one lady,
And that old man,
when one of them came and showed me the ticket, here. He said no and told us.
He took us himself and led us all the way inside the train to that place.
Grandpa was explaining after this car next.
The word next in English, telling us to get on the next car.
It just stuck in my ear.
It really came into my ear.
They waited until the train was fully stopped and opened all the doors, even between the cars, and guided me all the way to my seat.
So I was really touched. Oh my, people are really kind, greeting each other as they go.
And then when I got on the train, it was so amazing. You know, she rode 2 trains, but at my house, there are only about 10 or 15 people, just around that number.
In one car.
But
Just in the living quarters, all the chairs are set up as if they're in a living room, one by one. They're not really compartments. Regular compartments aren't like that.
And that's how it was, but I don't know why that car was shaking so much. It was a first-class train, and even though it was so clean, it shook a lot. I got motion sickness, so I couldn't take any pictures or videos at all.
While the two of us were eating lunch there, even the rice was shaking.
The water bottle kept rattling and falling, and I just don't know why the train was shaking so much.
I realized why people don't eat lunch on that train. With it shaking so much, how could anyone eat?
That's right. And then there's a water bottle. The person in front of me, their water bottle just fell right down. That lady over there came to my mom and picked up the one that had fallen.
Standing with the camera.
The camera just fell and the luggage dropped too, over there. The suitcase went flying.
It just dropped and rolled over there, you know?
Oh wow, that was such a strange experience.
No, look at my luck with trains. What's up with my train luck? Now, every time I go out, every time I have to go in and out because I have something to do in this car,
Every single time.
I just stand there. She really greets people so well. Every time she greets someone, I look at her. I mean, she stands up straight and greets like this. She bows deeply when she goes in, greets when she comes out, and just keeps greeting. She greets at this door and then greets at that door. And then, after the car had been going for a while, she told us to turn around and see how the road behind us looked. So we turned all the seats around.
She told us to turn around, so we did.
We turned the seats in a U shape and sat facing backward like this, and then again like this.
Sit facing backward.
That direction is where I...
Looking at it from Fukuoka.
To get to Beppu, go straight, then make a V-shaped turn back. Since it's a V-shape, you'll be heading in the opposite direction.
So you don't go back in a V shape?
That's right.
It's more like stopping and then coming out again.
People get pushed back in their chairs, stand up and turn their chairs around.
All together?
No.
But we have that in Korea too. When I went to Chuncheon,
That chair itself spins, but it doesn't spin back in the opposite direction.
When you get off, because the car has to go back that way.
Because that's the final destination.
The train headed to Pyongyang had seats that automatically turned, but passengers had to manually rotate their own seats.
You turn it around to change the direction.
That was really fascinating.
So we were like, Mom, it was supposed to go like this and like that.
Of course, the direction is supposed to change, but this goes like this and then like that. So
Then both of us got motion sickness, came down, and they went up like this.
we were totally exhausted, motion sick, and speechless.
So the two of us were like, ugh, and she couldn't even film a video, so we were both just out of it. And when I got there, the guides
came out to meet me.
After meeting the people there, did you do anything on the first day?
No, I didn't. I just did an interview that night after I arrived.
I arrived at night around 9 o'clock, right? After I got there, I went to the dorm, just did the interview, and they took everything there, whatever it was.
Not the camera, no, they brought all the dinner with them.
Like lunch boxes?
Udon rice bowls.
I bought udon and rice bowls, so we ate that and then spent the night there.
Since we went without a guide, we didn't know which places in Japan were famous.
No, I mean the regions.
Well, I knew which regions were famous, but I couldn't hear why those regions were famous.
We couldn't hear about that. Of course, Japanese locals know which places are worth visiting, which places are worth sightseeing.
But this time when we went, they had already planned the whole itinerary according to what those people recommended.
Next, the broadcasting staff will ask us some questions. Because I'm going around with my mom.
Oh, why are you traveling with your mom? Yes, why
I said I'm traveling with her. Then they asked, how do you show filial piety in North Korea? That's what they asked me. But when I heard that, I realized there was only one thing I could do to show filial piety to my mom in North Korea. It's not telling her that I'm hungry. You're right, that's the best way to show filial piety. That's the best I can do. What else could I do for her?
If I don't say I'm hungry, then my mom is the one who's hungry, and her child is hungry too.
That's not it. It's about not making mom worry.
I couldn't be a good daughter.
Not telling mom I'm hungry too often is being a good child. From our perspective, the second question follows. For me, it was included. Mom, wasn't it the same for you? She said she was surprised to see you looking at Hana-san while I was leaving. When I asked what was surprising, she said it was really bright and energetic. She said it was so different from the image they had in mind. So I asked what kind of image Japanese people had of North Koreans. All three Japanese people just froze, and then do you know what they said? They said they imagined us as gloomy, with darkened faces and stiff expressions.
When you watch foreign channels, just seeing anything about North Korea itself,
it's always those stiff faces.
That's exactly it. But I spoke too boldly.
Having lived here for a long time, everyone is bright and happy, so I asked, then what is happiness?
Really?
I kept asking and digging into things like this.
But the concept is that they're unstoppable bold journeys, something like that.
So I like that too. And the thing that touched me while talking with my mom.
But those people don't know how North Korean defectors live here. So you guys...
Are you really citizens who have a genuine South Korean passport? That's what some Koreans ask.
When we mentioned we were South Korean citizens, they were moved once more.
If it weren't for South Korea accepting us, how would we have survived? But those people just can't understand that.
They then asked if I had a South Korean passport. I wanted to show them, but couldn't.
This time I was so flustered that there were a lot of things I couldn't do.
No, that's not it. I wasn't that much. I didn't expect that I wouldn't know that much.
According to the Constitution of the Republic of Korea, we are citizens of South Korea, and the Korean Peninsula is originally our land, so that's why things are done this way.
When I did it like this, people were like, oh, amazing! And that's how they did it.
But when we were talking about that, both my mom and I, both of us.
Even without saying anything while watching together, really.
I felt grateful for Korea once again.
So I said, I'm so proud that there is a country called Korea.
So my mom told them to come visit Korea, and after saying all that, when I think about it,
how could my mom do any of this without a South Korean passport?
So nice to be able to go wherever you want.
They asked me a few times if it was really a South Korean passport. They were surprised.
You don't have a passport right now? Show them your passport.
Bring your passport. Where is it? I have my passport, of course.
You just need to show the cover.
I'm searching behind the wardrobe.
I always hide my passport really well. I'm good at hiding things like that, you know.
Just hand me the card. Just the security card.
Here's my passport. This is my passport. This one is my passport, my passport.
They must have really seen it. Those people kept getting suspicious, so I should have just shown it to them.
Mom, it's just because of this that you can say things like this to society now.
This piece of paper, just a single sheet.
So I was really grateful, really.
When you go abroad and foreigners ask, are you really a citizen of the Republic of Korea? If you confidently say, yes, I am.
Yes, you know, since Choi Seo-bang is a soldier, people wonder how we got married, how we dated, so I just listen like this, just standing there like this. And you know what else Choi Seo-bang did?
Do you want to brag again?